Thanks to my subscribers. I just passed 1,000. If you have not yet subscribed, you should. This video will cover the secret of getting a great Wurlitzer electric piano patch with a DX7. To get the most out of a piano patch, you'll need to know how it was designed. I think this video will be a good introduction of how to work with FM synthesis. The famous DX7 electric piano patch uses algorithm 5. The algorithm is arranged with 3 carriers, each with a modulator. The first carrier and modulator create the time tone. So I can just play this and you'll only hear the time tone. If you are new to FM synthesis, the modulator controls the brightness of the tone. So by adjusting the output level of operator 2, it can make the tone brighter and softer. So by bringing up operator 2, that's the modulator, the tone gets much brighter, and then it makes it mellower. It's a great patch, but it's not as realistic as the old Matrix Rhodes patch. To get the snarling tone, algorithm 3 was used. The stacks of 3 operators were needed to get a more realistic emulation. The sound of a Wurlitzer electric piano is quite different than a Rhodes because it doesn't have the time tone. Yet many of the Wurly patches I've found use algorithm 5, with the first carrier and modulator set for a time tone. Although this patch is called Wurlitzer 2, it still sounds like the DX7 Rhodes patch. The DX7 is MIDI to my emulator sampler. I use these samples of a vintage Wurlitzer 200 as a reference to when the DX7 Wurly was created. So now this is the sample, and then here's my patch. Yeah, it's very close. Here's my patch. Here's a sample. Here's my DX7 patch. It's very close. Algorithm 18 was used for the patch. You can start with a DX7 electric piano and change the settings for the Wurly patch. There's only one carrier from algorithm 18, but that's fine. Most of the modulators were needed to get the complex overtones of the instrument. I really didn't use operator 2, but I made settings for it anyway. The feedback is set to 3. Operator 1 was set to a frequency of 1. Operator 2 was set to a frequency of 2. Operator 3 to a ratio of 1. Operator 4 to 2. And operator 5 to 5. And operator 6 had a ratio of 8. All the operators were set to 0 for the oscillator detune. Now for the envelope rates and levels, you can just copy these settings. It's important that the rate 1 is not too fast for the first operator. I have it set at 87. I notice on the DX7 factory patch, I think it's 99 and it's too fast. So the rate 1 should not be too fast. And you can just copy the level settings as well. Next, for the breakpoints. They're important because the bass range has to be brighter than the treble range. So I think operators 4 through 6 curved so they're more present in the bass than in the treble. The pitch envelope was not used, so it can be left at the initial setting. The LFO settings are important because they are used to add tremolo. The LFO shape is a triangle, and the speed should be about 30. Leave the LFO depth to 0, but later you can set the modulation wheel to control the tremolo. After you have saved the Wurly patch, you can set the mod wheel by pressing the function button. I set the wheel range to 97, set the wheel amp to on, but the wheel EG should be off. Now you should have an expressive Wurly patch. More great patches can be found at the Off the Matrix website. Until next time, take care.